Yes. I think before we start, we're going to have a quick game. Anybody wants to play a game? Okay. So what?
We play a game with you, Mercy.
Sorry?
I said I'll play a game with you. Can someone else share this? I'm presenting on this computer, so I would prefer if someone else could do it. I nominate Janti with his thumb up. Maybe it was lingering from the game question though.
Okay, so let's warm up whilst we plan that. Okay, so everybody, please put the Zoom view into I think it's called gallery view. Can we all do that?
Open your camera, please. Is what she.
It would be nice to see people's faces for this one, actually. If you can't, I think we will stop sharing for now and quickly do this warm up. And yeah, so everybody in gallery? Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I will mention somebody's name and say, where in the world are you? So what people will do, so if say I'm right up here, right? And I say, John T, where in the world are you? Then I have to, okay, how do I do this? Can you guys see? So it's pointing to John T, right? And then John T will wave. So everybody practice. You're up, you're down. I mean, sorry. Oh my gosh. So this is towards John T.
No, you are pointing me around. You are pointing me around.
Okay, this will be fun. Let's see how we do it. So wherever you are, when I mention somebody's name, point where they are. You know, like if they are down, if they are, and then the person that you know, as people point, then you smile and you wave. If you don't want to be on camera, that's okay. You can just use the reaction buttons at the, you know, down below. Okay. So let's start. Where in the world is Innocent? So, oh, Innocent disappeared from where? Oh, yeah, Innocent is there. So Innocent, wave and smile, and you know. So we see you. Yeah, that's Innocent. Thanks, Innocent. Okay, where in the world is Sydney? This thing is so confusing. Yeah, Sydney is diagonal. Hi, Sydney. Where in the world is Josh? Josh, you're supposed to smile and wave. And where in the world is Paul? I can't get this game right. Where in the world is Richmond?
Mercy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Maybe if I could add to your game, when you call on the person, maybe they could also tell us where in the actual world they are.
Ooh, I love it. Okay. So where in the world is Richmond? Richmond, you're on mute.
Hello, I'm Richmond from Ghana.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Cool. Where in the world is Sebastian?
I'm in Colombia, South America.
Hi, Sebastian from Colombia. Nice to have you. Where in the world is Efua? Edufua?
Hi, I'm in Ghana.
Okay. Who wants to say hi very quickly? This is now the volunteer bit.
Hi.
Yay. Oh, wow. Megan has a
Hi.
team there. Nice. Hi, everyone. Hi, everyone. Okay. This is fun. Anyone else wants to say hi? Malik, where in the world is
Yes,
Malik?
hello. Yes, I want
has
to understand
been-
why are you moving your fingers like this? I don't understand.
we are in gallery, right?
Okay.
You should see everybody's what do you call it? Everybody on the screen, and then when I
Yes.
mention somebody's name, you have to, from where you are, you have to
Okay.
indicate whether they are up of you, side of you, or you know.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
so
so everybody's up.
okay.
All right, thank you. I'm from
Yeah.
Abidjan.
Yes. Thanks. Okay. So we will move on. I think that we can go on to sharing the screen now. Whoever was helping us with the screen. Thanks. So we are going to initially do a lot of rapid fire. And then we will hear from our hubs. The foundation of the work that we do is really our hubs. And then we will go into breakout rooms. That's where we'll socialize and you know, get to meet new people and so on and so forth. So today we are having our Wada quarterly, and thanks to Megan Manfo and the team in Cameroon, they hosted a French introductory session. Thanks. So now we are in the English one, and we will move on from there. So there might be a breakout room for the French speakers during the session or maybe after the session. But anybody, please feel free to interrupt at any time. If there's a question, shout it out, put stuff in the chat. This is family meeting family. So let's all have fun. So when we meet like this, we want to remind ourselves who we are. So this has been one of our slides that we used to, you know, some of us that attend the Cardano Catalyst Town Hall. There is that slide that everybody reads. So this is sort of our version of that, just to remind ourselves, you know, who we are and what we do. So I think that I will open it up a little bit in terms of the 3 pillars of Wada. We will all say it together, whether I want to say it in French or whether I want to say it in English, go ahead. So the 3 pillars of Wada, let's all shout it out together. Infrastructure, education, and dApp creation. Yeah, so a lot of the issues that we have, you know, in our communities is sort of having a lot of consistency when it comes to electricity and internet accessibility. So because we are trying to build inclusive systems, we think that this is one of the best things that we can do. It's taking a lot of effort, but a journey of 1,000 miles always starts with the first few steps. So that's where we are, and we are consistent. And we know that not many years from now, we would have made a significant difference. Education, education, education. That's really, really important to us in the sense that, you know, when we look at blockchain, we look at Web3, we look at the new world that we are all trying to build. Very important that we are able to draw out the knowledge and the, you know, we all have our knowledge, we all have our experience, but we need to figure out a way to draw that out in a way that helps us to develop solutions to some of the problems that we face, which is our 3rd pillar. Last month, I believe, when we met, we talked about our Wada values and principles, and we talked about team, you know, what makes a strong team. Today, we are going to continue in that, yeah, so we're going to continue with that. And we know that when it comes to team, it's collaboration and its connection. You know, we can all be united around a common goal, but sometimes it is the emotional and even the spiritual connections that we've been able to do, you know, sort of build with one another. That is really what makes us a strong team. In terms of leadership, you know, once we know ourselves, you know, like I know Megan for what she's good at, she knows me for what I'm good at, you know, then we're able to trust one another in the sense that when it comes to events, I'm happy to hand the leadership to Megan. When it comes to, you know, what do you call it, project lead, we are happy to sort of hand the leadership to, say, Josh. When it comes to, you know, designs and things like that, we're able to hand the leadership to Richmond. So that is, you know, in our minds, that is how a decentralized organization looks like, where everybody comes with something, they know who they are, and they're able to, you know, come with whatever, you know, their skills and their knowledge is, and then we share. So that's the value sharing network that we talk about. And based out of that, people are able to come out with their new ideas, which is innovation. So yes, now we're going to play this video because it talks about empathy and how we develop connections with one another. Yes, so thank you, John T.
Yeah.
Thanks. So that was a moment of reflection for us. I know that the you know, the video quality wasn't as we would have all wanted it. There were a few breaks, but you know, there was this person, and every day, you know, somebody cleaned their shoes for them. When it got to the time when they cleaned it themselves, they weren't stepping in mud and they were a bit more careful. It's our period of reflection, and let us appreciate one another. Let us connect, and let's you know, be kind to one another. So I will hand over now to Josh for the next session.
All right, thanks, Mercy, and hello, everyone. Internet might be a bit spotty, so let me know if it's cutting out and I'll go off video again. So yeah, empathy, period of reflection. Now is the time for that, especially now we're coming into the last quarter of the year. So what we have in store, at least from me, is a quick H1 review, and then what we have in store for the rest of the year. So if we go to the next slide, if we go into slideshow mode, okay, we want to skip that one. That one's not finished. Yes, so here are some of the highlights of the first half of the year, and the hub leads will go into more detail, but planting roots wrapped up with significant gains. If you saw our Catalyst Town Hall presentation, you will have seen some of the results to come out of planting roots so far, to do with the hubs, the infrastructure, internet, events, workshops, everything that was achieved in the first half of the year. So I recommend going and watching that video if you haven't. If someone can add a link in the chat to it, we have it on our YouTube channel. We then have the Haskell program in Cameroon, currently 15 active interns, which Megan will either talk more about, share a video, or again, direct you towards the town hall video. And then finally, the Catalyst Africa Town Hall and Africa Catalyst School were two big wins of the first half of the year, who from Wada's side, at least Afia was the main person involved, so she'll be able to speak more about that. So that's for the first half of the year. If we go into H2, or at least the year coming up, the last quarter, we have some big event there. And then after that, we'll share a little bit about our roadmap, what we're looking to do in terms of bringing everyone together of the various messaging platforms in the form of our membership portal. So we'll have Augusta sharing a little bit about that. So that'll be it from the Wada side. And then after that, we'll hear from the hubs. Over to
Awesome, thanks Josh. So yeah, I don't know, we're here doing a little live viewing in the Cameroon hub. We have about, some of the interns left. There's a lot of rain outside today, and we started the day with no electricity. But we're here. I'm going to talk a little bit about our global events. So just looking at the rest of the year, mostly here we're talking about November and December. So many of you may have heard of the Cardano Summit happening towards the end of November. I know a lot of our hubs will be hosting, including here in Cameroon. So we'll have more specific details to follow. Currently, we're in the process. We've received approval. Now it's really up to budgets being finalized that get approved through Cardano in terms of some of the last minute logistics of exact locations, et cetera, and how we'll be opening that up, if there will be virtual components to join or if it will just be local. In November, also, we will be doing another event with Global Policy House. I think Mercy had mentioned that we just did one. We just wrapped up with one with them recently, and now Ghana will be hosting another event. And then we're really excited about, well, we're equally excited about all of these things, but we have a Catalyst Conference 2022 that will be 10th and 11th of December. Mark your calendars, and if we could do the next slide, because we've got a big page about this one. Next slide, please. Thank you. No. Back. Thanks. So Catalyst Conference 22. It will make this slideshow available. You can get the participation form, or we'll be sending that out shortly if you're interested in presenting. This will be a 2-day event where we'll have a chance to really showcase a lot of projects in Catalyst, talk about Project Catalyst, what it is about, and get sort of the community engaged. There will be a hackathon also linked to this event, and we will, sorry, lost my train of thought there, but we're really excited about this event. I'll open it up, Josh, if there's anything I missed here.
Yes, I just wanted to add there's a wide range of participation options. So alongside presenting, we also past proposal workshop participant possibility for that. We have options to moderate and help on the day. We also have hosting breakouts, as well as anyone who might want to get involved on a business services point of view. So if you're a front end or if you have skills and you want to contribute, there's also a possibility for that. So yeah, that's what I'll add. And make sure to get your applications in by October.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for adding that. So that's all I have right now for events. I think next we will be presenting the hubs. Sorry, Augusta.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Can you hear me?
Hey, yes, we can hear you, Augusta.
I don't know if my video would actually be okay, but I'm going to try. Yes. Hi.
Yes, Augusta.
Everybody. My name is Augusta. Hi, Josh. Hi, Megan. Hi, Sydney. My name is Augusta, and I am the community manager for Afrix and also managing the Wada community. And we want to talk about or launch our Wada community portal. And we are looking as Wada communities, like one of the ways Wada upholds its values and principles. We want to have a more inclusive and educative platform for our community members. So we have in the circles, we have educational platforms where our community members could actually learn, and also the educational, the NFTs and other collaborative systems for our community members. So we would be launching very soon. The launch date will be announced on our various social media platforms. So try to scan the survey if you would be interested in testing the platform with us, because we actually want volunteers who could test the platform. And please scan the survey, and we would like to hear everything you have to say on the platform, how we could improve it, to things that you think should be added to the platform to cover every audience. So thank you very much. I hope everybody others okay, great. Okay, thank you. That's what for now. I will be any response or any questions, please. I'm on the chat. I'll be looking out for anything you have to say. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Mercy. And thank you, Megan.
All right, thanks for that. So yes, as I said, if you'd like to participate, if you'd like to test and help us with the better launch of the portal, scan the survey. And there are some ADA awards available for testers and people that help us along in that process. We're looking to launch around December. So around the time of the CatalystCon, Wada will have a slot, and the aim is to launch it at the CatalystCon and make it available either for the public or people who consider themselves Wada members. We're still figuring that out. That may be one of the topics that we can discuss in the breakout room later. But apart from that, scan the code if you're interested, and we'll hand over to the hubs.
Hi there, Megan here at the Cameroon Hub. Let me take a little break and talk to you guys about our Cameroon updates. I'm gonna give you a little tour of the hub. So I know I've done a tour before, but things are constantly changing around here, and now we've launched some more programs, so things look a little different around here. So filming this currently on a Wednesday, so you guys are gonna get to see a pretty typical day here at the Cameroon Hub. So since we're here, we'll start in the library. We've got a couple of desks in here, awesome for doing individual work. I'm just sitting in here writing some emails. While we've got the other room over here is full of interns, so I have a little bit of quiet space in here to work. For the library, we've got, I think we've counted, it's like 220 books here. Mostly programming, of course, heavy emphasis on Haskell. We've also got a lot of architecture books and sort of designing systems, but some other languages as well. And then you all know our emphasis is also in agriculture, so this section is agriculture books, and then we've got this area for some culture books. So here's the library, but let me show you a little bit more. Okay, this room we're not using every day, but it's awesome space where we can expand. We've got our interns right in that room, so I'm just going to talk in here before we go and say hi over there. While you guys are watching this right now, we are currently hosting a viewing of this meeting, so I'm sure this room is currently full of food and additional seating and things like that. But it's also something we're going to use eventually when we expand our training program to have more workspace for everyone. But what does it look like on a normal basis? And you can see we've got, a dozen interns in here that are learning Haskell, the hands-on project-based learning approach. So in the past 3 months, since June, let me just say, a couple of big achievements for our hub. June is when we really launched this program. At the time, we started with just 3 interns here. Now we've got about 15 that came on in July. Additionally, in June, we started a partnership with the Fulu Pan-African Library and Cultural Center. So we've been doing monthly events with them, and actually right before this Wada monthly, we had a kind of mini cultural introduction for the hub here, where we had someone from the library who came out to talk to us about some different applications of blockchain and IT in general in some of the cultural things that they're interested in. So there's kind of a typical day for us in the hub. I don't want to take up too much time. I know we've got a lot of hubs to hear from, but thank you so much for watching. Monica, you want to say hi?
Yeah, totally. Hi Megan. Hi all. We are in the middle of helping the intern. We are working through exercises, and it's just great. What we've been able to do over the past 8 years in 3 months. Oh my goodness, I'm ahead. It's incredible.
He's been busy on training since 8 a.m.
Yeah. So, well, going well. We're having a lot of fun, and we'll see you later.
Is it coming through now?
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for your patience.
Nous organisons des séances. Salut, bienvenue dans cette vidéo. Je suis Martin Moussagara d'Igo Mahab. Dans cette vidéo, je vais vous présenter les activités d'Igo Mahab. Merci.
Bonjour, je suis Kakule Muvunga Baudouin, l'un des apprenants des Steak pour Goma. J'ai joint l'équipe il y a quelques mois, je dirais 3 mois. Et depuis que je suis dans l'équipe, nous organisons plusieurs activités que je vais expliquer maintenant. Des activités et projets organisés pour promouvoir Cardano. Nous organisons des rencontres régulières physiques au Wada Hub depuis octobre 2020 pour promouvoir la blockchain Cardano. Et les sommets de Cardano que nous avons accueillis en 2021 continue d'avoir un impact positif dans ce sens. Nous avons des développeurs et professionnels techniques. Et dans le cadre de notre apprentissage de Bluetooth, nous avons choisi l'approche basée sur le projet qui est celui de Jimba Labs. Merci.
The stack pool server and materials are running on solar panels, which is good for the environment, and the professionals are monitoring this 24 hours every day to make sure we offer a high level of performance. The mission of the stack pool is to support ecotourism and conservation efforts within the National Park of Virunga. Challenges are still to overcome with English, as the language is not frequently spoken in GRC, and this is preventing some learners to join the community. The energy security and internet availability are affecting even the stake pool. Help growing Goma pool by staking with us or donating other. Thank you.
Okay, we are going to go to the next. Thanks. So that was the Goma hub. They started just, oh, I'm talking, okay, no, you can't hear me. Yeah, they started just in July, and their delegation is not even up to 200K, and they've minted 3 blocks. So it's just crazy. I will hand it over to you, John T. You have stuff to say?
Perfect, thanks, Mercy. Just to recap the Goma Hub, we've been established in 2020. However, since the Cardano summit in October 2021, that's when people kind of started joining. Even people came as far as across the border. Many stayed connected and they continue to attend. The goal of the stake of the Goma Hub is to offer a safe environment where they talk about crypto. We also train people in French. However, we make them comfortable to kind of assess proposals like in English for those who can speak English and read English. And also they support the Goma stake pool. There's a technician on site. And of course, we promote any internship-based activities on the blockchain. Next slide. Again, as Mercy said, some of the achievements is that we have regular students. They meet on a weekly basis on Saturday. We had a Goma stake pool that is very lucky, which we managed to mint 4 blocks so far. And also the stake pool, the hub itself is generating some extra revenues by offering secretariat services, given that the hub is in a college. So they basically have students that have reports to write, writing needs, and that is extra revenue they generate. They got 2 proposals funded in Fund 8, one for Generation 3, the other one for mobilizing volunteers, and we should be able to close those projects shortly. Some of the challenges that Martin said was that the blockchain is quite new for many, and it's quite still elusive. They need more training, and English doesn't help that much. That's why we need more material in French. And of course, the stake pool itself being a bare metal relay in Africa, it kind of has a higher than average maintenance cost, but we'll keep it going. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, so we go next to the Ghana Hub. And I play, yeah, I click play. Amazing work, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Ghana Hub of Wada. The Ghana Hub generally coordinates all activities of Wada under West Africa, and currently the hub in Accra is coordinating the Catalyst Africa Town Hall meetings, a platform where we try to bring people interested in Africa together so that they can speak or discuss, deliberate, network on issues affecting the continent. We also coordinate the Africa Catalyst School, where we try to break down the Cardano blockchain activities for people to really understand, appreciate it, and also take upon themselves how they can contribute to the opportunities on the Cardano blockchain for the catalyst especially. Other things that we do in the hub is currently under Fund 8, Catalyst Fund 8, we had proposals like Theater for Change, Ghana Youth Onboarding, Recycling DAP, Center for Liberty, which are all this mostly being undertaken by people within Ghana, and they are doing wonderful with these proposals. They are creating a lot of impacts among the youth, among policymakers, and what have you. We also participated in the Wada Oracles, where we saw some of those youth that we've trained doing auditing of proposals within the Cardano community. We currently have been selected to host Cardano Summit 2022, and we are doing this in 3 main areas: Accra, Kumasi, and Tamale. We hope to bring a lot of people on board again through the summit, and never that all of you will look for a summit close by you to attend. Thank you.
Thanks, Efia. Thanks. Okay, so we go to our next slide. Actually, it looks here that I can put in slide star. Let's see. No, okay, let me leave that alone. So this has already been done by Augusta. So that's our Fricks project. Okay.
Hi.
Laurentine. Oh, Augusta, you're going to talk about Fricks?
Yeah, I just wanted to like share what Afrix and what is going on. I think everybody needs to Afrix is part of the Wada project, and the Wada community would like to know about its growth and how they can actually support us with. So currently we are working on launching our 2nd season, and that would be November 27th. That will be 1 year we launched Afrix, and we'll be launching the comics. I believe everybody knows what Afrix is and what Afrix is representing for each and every one of us. It's not central to one particular community or country. I believe that we want to utilize the word Africa as a community of different people with different culture, and every one of us here have experienced different cultures. This is the first place I've enjoyed Ghanaian music, to be honest, through Richmond, whenever he's listening to music in the background. So that is how the community is for Wada and for Afrix, and that is the story we want to tell every other person out there. The comics projects, we're going to be talking about our characters, the Afrix characters. We have Shongo and so many other things going on. So we would really appreciate if everyone can come support us. We want African NFT artists. We host African NFT artists every Wednesday, and we've come to meet collectors and other artists who have even collaborated along the line. So both voiceovers, painters, photographers. So we would really appreciate anybody in the NFT space to come join us and let's do something together. And finally, what I'm going to share is I would like every one of us to follow the Discord link, scan the Discord link, the Twitter link, and let's do this together. Let's support the community. Let's build as far as we have gone right now. So thank you very, very much. And thank you, Messi. Thank you, Josh. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, this might not look like much right now, but it's good that we start somewhere and build on it. So thanks so much, Augusta. Laurentine, is Laurentine in the house?
Sorry, Mercy. The next slide was a video that was supposed to be shared.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm going to go back. Oh, okay. Okay, Nisha looked, I wasn't sure that was a video. Is there sound with it or there's no sound?
The sound from Loom, Loom is actually having a problem with sound. So
sure. Okay. Okay, so what we'll do, I know that we've had a few technical difficulties. Can someone put the link to these slides in the chat, and then people can the first video and all the other videos people can watch in their free time. Well, thanks everyone. Laurentine, yeah, so just take a few minutes to tell us about all the work that you're doing in French West Africa.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Laurentine. I am in charge of the Wada in Burkina Faso, and we are planning to cover the whole French West Africa. So before I continue, we are having a session today. I don't know if you can see me on this. I would like to show you my class. We are having a session today. I don't know if you can see. Please, can you say hey or hi?
Laurentine, I think you need to remove the background so that we can see your video.
Oh,
so your background.
Okay. Oh my God. Please excuse me. Let me do that quickly.
And then you're mute.
Background.
Well done.
One moment, please. We're almost there.
I think that the video, I believe that if you remove the background.
Yeah, we are going to remove that.
Okay.
Okay, it's here. You see. Okay,
yes.
Can we pin that?
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
So I will leave them and go back to my office so that we will continue. Sorry, I just wanted to see what we are doing. We can go back to sharing the screen now.
Okay.
I can't see the screen anymore. Okay, let me change. I'm very sorry, I'm taking a lot of time.
Oh, no, don't worry.
Okay, so my name is Laurentine Jatta, and I would like to thank the whole Wada community for all the support that they have been giving all the hubs, and we have been able to make an impact in our various community. And can we move to the next slide, please? So here we are in Burkina Faso. We started the French West Africa outreach from Burkina Faso, Bobo-Dioulasso. We have a hub here, we're able to run many activities, and we also had a major conference that we had last month, and had a lot of people in attendance, about 200 people. And please, next slide. No, not that one. Thank you. So the Bobo-Dioulasso hub, we have, sorry, I have a mistake here. We run 2 meetups every month. I think there's a mistake. I have a typo here. And we have been able to establish various partnerships with about 3 associations now. And they are very much interested in the Cardano blockchain. And we are going to collaborate with those associations to run activities where they will learn more about the blockchain and also the opportunity in the project catalyst. Also, yesterday we met a group of developers and programmers that are very much interested in learning the Haskell and Plutus languages. And we are collaborating with the Goma Hub to give them access to that course. So many of them have been able to register yesterday, some of them registered today. So I think on Monday, they are going to start the training online, thanks to the Goma Hub course in French that they have been able to put in place. And we've also been running one-on-one sessions with, for Fund 10, for the proposals for Fund 10, because we have a lot of people who are interested in submitting proposals, and we have started meeting them already before we even launch the Fund 10. Next slide, please. This is the Senegal hub. It was dormant for some time, but recently I contacted Binta that I met in Senegal. We organized a meetup in Senegal some months ago, but she was having some problems and she was not really involved in our activities. So recently I contacted her and she explained to me what was going on. And now she's ready to start running the hub there, and probably if it is possible for 10, we will also submit a proposal to help run groups. And from Senegal, from what we did there, we were able to submit 3 proposals in Fund 9 that has just ended. Concerning the Togo hub, I was in Togo recently to meet some people to form a team, but we have not been able to officially launch that hub because I realized that the 2 people I met are not really the profile that I'm looking for, so we are still working on it. Thank you very much.
Lots of superstars in Wada. Really appreciate everyone. Let me stop sharing. Apologies that we did see Laurentine's video, but I think I should have stopped sharing when she was sharing her video. So before we move to our breakout rooms, Megan is our breakout. You know, she handles that for us. But before we move into our breakout rooms, we want to open up. Let's interact again before we move out. Anyone has any questions or any general sort of comments, suggestions? Yeah, just open up your mic and share, and then we will organize the breakout rooms, and Megan will show us what to do.
Fun to see you, how you doing? Notice that you're here.
Yeah. Well, so fast, just finishing up, got up quarterly. Like, it's not board meeting, but just speak to all the people that know about us. So,
Oh.
yeah, another 10, 15 minutes.
Right. Yeah.
Anyone? wants to share general comments?
Sydney is
I'll
gonna
jump in.
There we go.
Yes, I always have words, blessed with lots of words. Just wanted to say it's really good to see everybody here. Just good to see how things are moving forward, how you're continuing to grow, you know, more hubs on the continent, talking about the brilliant technology that Cardano is. So, you know, as always, just sending love and good vibes your way, and, you know, for the success and and everything that you guys are doing.
Thanks, Sydney. Anyone else wants to share anything? Okay, so I'll hand it over to Megan at this point.
Sure, yeah, I think it's really great to see, you know, to have these occasions to see what everyone is up to. So I will.
Just before we get to breakout rooms, Megan, I'll say that the next event coming up, we have a Cameroon presentation for October. So that's something to expect coming up from the team there in Cameroon, which will go into more details about them and the hub, and maybe have another tour, maybe live or just a presentation from them. So that's coming up next month. Thanks everyone for found out how you can participate in various Wada projects or events. And then we will have our end of year at the Catalyst Con. So December 11th, 10th or 11th, we'll have the end of year Wada presentation where we'll do an overview of the year, and we'll also share what our plans and roadmap is for next year. Okay, I can see a hand raised. Let's feel free to unmute.
Yes, Steve, please go ahead.
I'm sorry, I hardly ever do this on the phone. I'm just more and more impressed with what's going on in the Wada community. And I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all of you. I know in the last town hall meeting that I was at, there were 1 or 2 people that expressed some interest in standing as a nominee for the next version of the Catalyst Circle. And I wish that I could tell you everything is locked down and firm, but we're waiting on a couple of things here that I hope will be resolved, you know, Monday. But certainly by the time the Wednesday town hall happens, I've been sitting in on these meetings as a proxy for Mercy in her role as the funded proposer representative, and it's not easy, you know, but I think it's valuable work, even when it seems most useless. And I want to tell you all that for myself and many people that you do not know, your community is more important than a lot of the people that make the most noise in Catalyst. Your work and your effort and your growth is why I'm here and why I am always there for Mercy whenever she needs something or just wants to talk. And, you know, and I'm open to talking to any of you all if you would ever have the thought of speaking with me. It's always an honor and a pleasure. And I really just want to encourage people to think deeply about this. There is a massive thing happening and we're all right in the middle of it. And no one should feel like they don't have a reason to step up. You know, in terms of like self-evaluation and why and what, you know, that's that's a personal thing. You know, you have to figure out within yourself what you have to offer. And it's okay to not, right? It's okay to not step up. But if there's something on your heart, you know, and you feel it needs representation, step up and articulate it. And it may not get you elected, but it may influence somebody what you say. And that's more important than whoever actually gets voted onto the next version. So I look forward to the next year so much. I feel like we've all been working and waiting for this moment. And I think we are in for some very exciting times. And again, I just want to thank you all.
Thanks, Steve, for that. Let me share a very quick story. So I told Steve that I'm going to stand for Circle. You know, I want to fix Catalyst. And Steve is like, no, 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 you have enough to do. Don't do that. I'm like, nah, I'll do it. You know, how tough can it be? How difficult can it be? Oh my gosh, you know, like I went in there, and then when things became tough, I went back to Steve and I was like, please, Steve, can you help me here? And, you know, Steve has always been so gracious, and he did. So really appreciate it. But Circle is tough, but if you are able to, please stand and make your voice heard, and you might influence somebody. So one last thing that I'll say is that Cardano Summit 2022, we mentioned that we've seen all the work that the hubs are doing. We want to nominate the Wada hubs for the Cardano education influencer. So there's a category like that. So please go to the summit. There's the link that I just shared. There is a lot of information there. You know, look through and nominate, you know, Wada hubs for education influencer. And I want to say thank you to everybody here that also nominated me as a speaker. So whether or not I'm chosen as a speaker during the summit in Switzerland, I think I'll be there. So those of you that will make it, we will meet in Switzerland. So yes, at this time, I will hand over back to Megan. Thanks.
Thank you, Steve, for all the support.
Yeah, thank
Steve is great.
And thanks really to everyone who's here. You know, we see you. And part of, you know, having these meetings every month is, first of all, to give updates, to check in, but also to give a chance, you know, in this virtual world for all of us to maybe find another way to connect with each other, although we maybe cannot do so physically and in person. So the rest of the time here is really just a time for us to chat. And to make that easier, I put out 3 different breakout rooms, so you can choose as you are inspired. We have Wada General, Dev Ecosystem, and then pour les francophones, il y a une chambre pour nous. So please feel free to join into a breakout room and strike up a conversation, move around. And yeah, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
S'il y a des francophones dans la salle, bien vouloir choisir la salle en français. Binta m'a dit, rejoignez-nous dans la salle en français.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, somebody is already recording. That's great. So who is hosting this room? Sydney, great to have
Hey,
you
Mercy.
here.
Yes,
Yeah.
good to be here.
Yes, if you love your new picture.
Yeah, that's me. Hello, Sydney. It's been
Hey,
a
it's been a
while.
long time. I know. How you been?
I'm okay.
Good.
Sebastian,
Augusta.
Efia, how are you?
I'm okay, Mr. Howard. How are you too?
I'm good. I'm good.
Thank you for being here.
Sebastian, nice to have you here. Do you have any words for us? I didn't want to call on you in the big room, so. I think everybody here has spoken except you. So
Oh, cool. That's right. No, I'm just really interested in the work that Wada is doing in all the hubs, and really personally interested in how the things can be done in difficult scenarios. That's my personal interest. And my interest is it's also around the education, because not only because I'm in the name of some working groups in general. I think that Wada is a big lab to understand many things around how people can get opportunities through the education as a main tool, and then the rest. So that's my.
Yeah, thanks very much. Honored to have you here and all the work that you are doing for education as well. Yes. Yeah, so who is hosting? Who is hosting this room? Should we make it a free for all? Should we start telling stories? We have Prof. Owusu here. He is one of our advisors. Sydney has also been a very important part of Wada. Yeah, well, how do we want to do this? Any questions? I can take questions. Do we want to introduce ourselves? Do we want to, Mr. Kodua, do you want to say something apart from the introduction? If yeah, do you want to?
So basically, I do have a, oops. Oh, sorry. Oh, please continue, Howard.
Thank you. So basically, I joined the meeting for the first time. Apparently, I've been joining the Ghana chapter, the Ghana Hub, a couple of times. So today is my first time joining this meeting. And to be honest, I've enjoyed the discussion so far, all the things that were shared. And for the last under Fanlan, now I was a PA, and I think I enjoyed and the activities and the exposure I had. So I think I'll have a great time with you today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, if you introduce me, let me mention that as well. Thank you.
Yes, thanks. I was supposed to introduce Edufua as one of our newest team members, and I totally forgot. So maybe we'll do it, during the next monthly. Edufua, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself? So, in Wada, as in many decentralized organizations, and even in, centralized organizations, sometimes it's very difficult to keep track of everything and scheduling meetings and things like that. So Edufua is the one that is helping us with that. And we also have Augusta also helping us with a bit of data stuff. So yeah, I don't know, do you both want to talk? As much as possible, it would be good if this is very informal. Even even if it's not work related, it's all good. But however everyone wants to flow, please go ahead.
So I will jump in real quick. Mercy, I know that you and I have
Yes.
messaged back and forth a little bit. You said that you're going to be heading to Ghana. How long are you going to be there?
At the very least, 3 weeks. Maybe it will be 1 month.
Okay.
Yeah, originally it was going to be in November and it was going to be something like 3 months, but there was a death in the family, so plans had to change very quickly. So yes, off to Ghana on Monday.
Okay. Okay. Well, safe travels.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There was one other thing that I wanted to mention right before the WADA call. I was on a call with ADDI, which is the Dr. Arikana Shihimbori.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
her group. It's continuing to move forward, and there is I think it's the African Continental Congress, the AU Continental Congress. I can't remember exactly what the name is, but that's supposed to be held next year. I want to say Zimbabwe, and I think it's the 8th AU Continental Congress. And what she kind of broke down what it's all about, but what she was talking about is that like this, because on AfroFinLab we would talk about the 6th region and this organization that exists. And what I learned today from her is that it does exist. It's in the charter, the AU charter, and people were wondering why there was no movement there. And basically she went to, I think it's the current head. So the way that it works is each year a new head is chosen for the African Union, and it's one of the heads of state. And then you have kind of an administrative arm that handles a lot of the work, and that's where we see some of the other folks that are running the African Union. But what she said is that they went to her, or she went to them, and basically asked why there was nothing happening with the continent and the diaspora. And basically what they said is that we've encoded in the charter this 6th region along with the other 5 regions on the continent. So really it's on you to organize, bring it to us, and then we will take it to the heads of state. So that's supposed to be happening next year at this AU 8th Continental Congress. So I just wanted to throw that out there because there's a lot that's happening, and there are tremendous opportunities that are emerging as a result. So especially in the blockchain space, I was having a conversation with a friend last night who runs an African organization, and just talking about the necessity to kind of to some degree lead with technology. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there that out there there's a lot of things that are moving really fast, and there's a lot of people that need these technical resources to help them get some of the ideas that they have off the ground.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And maybe it is time to reawaken the Detroit hub.
Yes, there's a lot going on this way. There's a lot. There's a lot. Yes, there is. And and I've introduced you to GABA. They're reorganizing. They're actually going to be in Washington, D.C. This Wednesday for a Congressional Black Caucus event. They present at the event every year, and they're going to be talking about a lot of basically what they're trying to do is get more. There's always this conversation about investing in Africa. And what GABA, one of the things that they're really looking to do is get folks on the continent to invest in America and create that relationship that way. So they're having lots of conversations with, I know they they have deep relationships with some of the state representatives here in Michigan, and then again going to Washington D.C. And they want to create communities here in specifically in Michigan that facilitates trade, as well as tourism movement back and forth between some of the communities here and the continent. So all of that kind of comes into play, and I've been talking with some folks who created an accelerator several years ago. It's the biggest tech accelerator that we have in Detroit, called Tech Town. And
we lost you, Sydney.
yes, absolutely.
We lost you a little bit.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, yeah, what I was just saying is that, yeah, we're working on it.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah. Okay.
Thanks
Yep.
for that, Sydney. So,
Yes.
in my mind, one of the last hurdles that we need to jump over before we can be able to do a lot of the things that we see is just figuring out a way to connect the people that are outside of Africa to the people that are on the continent in a way that makes sense, that is a win-win for everyone. I think that if we can do that, whether it is people of African origin or whether it's people who are focused on Africa or however that looks like, if we can make that connection, I think that will just, it would be, like people that talk about the Big Bang and that explosion. I think that is when it will happen. So, as I always say, sometimes we don't see it now, but as time goes on, baby steps, and then all of a sudden it happens. Anyone else? Yeah. Anyone else wants to talk? Vanessa, we see you.
Hiya. Nice to be here. I'm just catching up and listening, to be honest. It's all kind of new it's the first WADA meeting that I've been to as such, so it's really interesting.
Well, nice to have you. We're doing a project with Vanessa in terms of Sydney. This might interest you. So Vanessa is an archivist, right? Am I right? That's a background.
Yes. I mean, I'm an artist, and a lot of my practice revolves around the archive because I've got a background in archival sort of work. So yeah.
That's right. So she is helping us to sort out how we are capturing data. There's a funded proposal. I believe it was Fund 7 or Fund 8.
It's Fund 8. I'll stick a link in the chat to it, actually, in case anyone's interested.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Crypto time, it's just feels like so long ago. Anyway, so she's helping us with that. Happy to have Vanessa here.
That sounds amazing.
Yes. Yeah. So Prof has something to say, Prof. Owusu.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Thanks for being here. Hi.
Yeah, basically not much to say, just to appreciate all the wonderful work you guys are doing. I mean, I've been a witness to how everything started and the dynamism. I've been following every event. So if you don't hear from me during your meetings, it's not like I've lost interest. I'm still with you, by association, everything that goes on here, I'm aware. And I want to say that you guys are doing very well, honestly. The way things have moved, the coordination, everything, Wada is growing from every minute, every second is growing. And I think you guys are doing very well. And let's keep the good work that we are doing up. Every day we are getting people joining, and the interest that people are showing, especially from Ghana, is just wonderful. And I think if we can continue to spread the good news, we are going to get more people to come onto the blockchain. So that's all I want to say, just to appreciate you guys.
We really, really appreciate that. When I was in Ghana, I did see the level of interest that you have in our work, but also, just how you've been part of it and reminding us how far we've come. Sometimes we forget how far we've come. And sometimes you know, people see me and they're like, oh, wow, look at the work that Wada has done. To tell you the truth, it is not me. You know, it's people like Ifia, it's people like, you know, the people on the ground, you know, people in Cameroon, Megan, people in Abidjan, you know, like we saw Binta in Senegal, Laurentine, you know, like it's these people and their teams. Because I know that, you know, like when we talk about Ghana, you know, without the team that surrounds Ifia, a lot of the work can't be done. So yeah, sometimes I just want to figure out a way to capture that so people will know that, you know, it's like it's becoming like a snowball, you know. You find something that you believe is good, like blockchain, you know, let's remove the middleman. Let's see if we can just automate stuff. Let's see if we can get people to be autonomous in what they do. Once people find out that, it's good news. The way that I heard it, it was good news to me. I shared with Ifia, it's good news to her. So she also has that passion, you know, share it with Richmond, share it with Daniel, and everybody sort of, you know, becomes that snowball that keeps going. And that is the power of decentralization. Because if it's centralized, then every decision that Ifia needs to take, she has to, you know, make sure that I agree or make sure that, you know, like 2 or 3 other people agree. But because we are fostering this, you know, like this is yours, own it, go with it, people are able to do, you know, do amazing things. And somebody like Laurentine, you know, like she does a whole lot of stuff before anybody even knows what she's doing. So very encouraging. I am hopeful for the future of our children. Any thoughts, additional comments from anyone? I value everybody's time. We scheduled 90 minutes for the call. So I think that I'm officially going to close this room. But anyone that wants to hang around, please feel free to hang around, have a chat, and then we can pick it from there. So yeah, just so anyone that wants to leave can leave. I might be leaving myself very soon. But I really, really, really appreciate, I like what Megan said, we see everyone here and we appreciate everyone here. Ifia, we haven't heard from you. I think you should dismiss us.
Thank you for everybody that has been here. We know you are all behind us. You are our backbone, as Messi said. Without you, we are nowhere. And we appreciate all the work that you help us, you support us in doing. The encouragement, the, what should I say? Shouting, go Wada, is very, very encouraging. And we love you all. Thank you very much. As Messi said, the time is going. So if you want to leave, you can leave. But if you want to stay on and network, you are also welcome. You can also try to visit the other breakout rooms and see what they are doing, and you can stay on there if you are. Otherwise, thank you for coming.
But we're done presenting for now.